Hello there, fellow breathers. It is I, Monster Breath, and welcome to game week 2 of Fantasy Premier League. We'll get straight into breaking down the week that has come, who's playing who, and who should be good for the fantasy team. Let's get straight into it. Righto, so for those who don't know, my team's name is Mourinho's Morons. I'm a Man United fan, I just like alliteration. So that's all. So let's just break down the results first. Actually, let's do that. So as we all know, the Premier League kicked off with Hull against Leicester. Leicester putting in an underwhelming performance, and Hull being surprise winners against the reigning Premier League champions. You could definitely say it was the upset, despite Leicester being away. Snodgrass and Diamande with the 2 goals for Hull, and Mahrez coming up with the consolation prize for Leicester. Hernandez got an assist for Hull and Gray for Leicester. Yellow cards, unfortunately, Fuchs, who is in my fantasy team, did get a yellow card. Danny Simpson as well, with Davies and Klukas getting warnings for Hull. Schmeichel with 3 saves and Jakupovic with 4. Next we had Burnley and Swansea winning on the road at Burnley. Held them to only a 1-0 win though, Burnley, with Leroy Fer scoring. With an assist tap down from Llorente, the big Spanish man up front for Swansea. They should be pretty happy with that. Next we had Crystal Palace and West Brom, again another 1-0 win to the away team. Goal scored by Rondon, someone who I did contemplate having in my team. Probably shouldn't be scoring too often, but it's good that he got off to a solid start for West Brom here today. Well, on the weekend. Evans and Dawson for West Brom getting themselves yellow cards, and Balassi and Zaha getting themselves yellow cards for Crystal Palace, otherwise known as Crystal Palace. Foster kept the baggies in with 4 saves, which would do very nicely for anyone who's got him in their team. Hennessy with 2 saves for Crystal Palace. Then we had Everton and Spurs being a rather good game. Everton proving to be the stronger opponent for a majority of the match. Lamela scoring against the run of play and the game ending eventually at 1-1. Spurs will count themselves lucky to get away with a point there. Everton with a strong start to the season. Looks like Ronald Koeman has got his style implemented well and should only go from strength to strength as the season goes on. Me personally, I hope Everton do really, really well. Morales got the assist and Walker the assist for Spurs. Stecklenburg was a standout player here. Kept them in the game and made an awesome goal line save, just a complete reflex. So that was really good. Lloris is injured, so interesting point for those who got him in their Premier League teams. With Michael Vorm? I don't think that's his first name. But Vorm, the other Dutch keeper, coming in his stead. So Vorm's probably going to be on the cheap. I'm not quite sure how long Lloris will be out, but Vorm might be getting a few games in the very, very near future. So keep him on your watch list. Next we had Middlesbrough and Stoke. I'm glad Middlesbrough got off to a good start here. The game did end with 1 apiece. Negredo on the goal scoring sheet, as I had hoped / predicted. Shaqiri scoring a wonderful goal for Stoke. Could be set against the run of play. Either way, it's Stoke. They were bullish and they got their reward. A lot of yellow cards in this game. Given, Shawcross, Bardsley, Walsheed and Arnautovic, the Austrian, all getting warnings for Stoke, with only Downing, Forshaw and Ramirez getting warnings for Middlesbrough. Played really well, Middlesbrough. I'm excited to have them back in the Premier League. Should be doing a good job. Next field, Southampton, Watford. A lot of 1-1 goal scores. There's a lot of 1-1. There are a lot of 1-1 ties in the first round of the league. Redmond getting the goal for Southampton, and Capoue scoring a blinder of a goal, charging into the box and onto the volley, and scoring for Watford. Awesome goal. Deeney with the assist, as you might see in my previous episode. I almost had Deeney in my team, but I made way and dropped him for his counterpart, I believe. Anyway, mistake made there perhaps, but we'll see in the future. Gomez and Guedred with yellow cards, and Van Dijk for Southampton with a warning also. Red cards, Watson for Watford. I believe it was close to the end of the game for that one. So unfortunate if you had him in your team. Luckily I do not. Gomez, he made a ton of saves and all high quality saves. As I predicted in my previous episode, he would be a good goalkeeper to have in your team because Watford will be busy at the back and Gomez is a competent keeper. So chops to you guys if you picked him, chops to me because I did pick him. It's not my starting lineup though, I've got De Gea in there. But you know, see what happens in the future. Next we had Man City and Sunderland. Man City scored 2 goals with Sunderland 1. Sunderland did well. David Moyes on his first competitive game managing Sunderland did well against Man City. Pep Guardiola obviously being the first outing competitively for Man City. I believe Aguero with the double with Sterling and Navas with the assists. Jack Rodwell with the assist for Defoe. Defoe could be an interesting acquisition for your team as he will be the main man for Sunderland. Sorry, Aguero did not score 2 goals, he scored 1 goal. Paddy McNair from Manchester United, now at Sunderland, scored an own goal. So saved the blushes of Pep Guardiola in his opening game. An unfortunate start for David Moyes at Sunderland. Caballero with the 2 saves and Manone with 3. Interesting enough, Joe Hart was dropped, so I'm sure a lot of you guys have him as your keeper in your fantasy teams. So my suggestion would be dropping like he's hot, because I don't think he's going to get many games, surprisingly, under Guardiola at City. Next, we had Bournemouth against Man United away at Bournemouth. Mata, Rooney and Ibrahimovic all getting on the score sheet. Looks like we've got off to a great start. A lot of people are saying that Man United are back to their best. We'll see how we go. Mata scoring first, Rooney and Ibrahimovic with a lovely goal to round up 3 points. Unfortunately we conceded 1 late on, Smith being the goal scorer there. Ibrahimovic had a lovely goal. Similar to Costa's, which I'll talk about later on. Saw where he wanted to put it, looked up and put it there. Not lovely placement. Rooney's goal was a bit lucky. Martial had a shot at goal, completely hit the ball, and Rooney was the benefactor as the ball went straight to his chest and he finished it. Martial with the 2 assists, therefore. So it'll be interesting to see his value go up and down in the Market. Hopefully he's getting games. If he does, he'll be a consideration for my team. Ibrahimovic getting off to an absolute fly to life in the Premier League, which is also really good to see. He's obviously very expensive. I did say he might drop in value. Doesn't look like that's going to happen just yet, but could be in the future still. Otherwise, he just won't end up with my team. Looks like he'll be a guaranteed goal scorer, at least getting 15 this season, at least, minimum. But we'll see how we go. Next we had the tie of the round with Arsenal against Liverpool at the Emirates. Coutinho masterclass otherwise, as it's now called. Coutinho on the double, Lallana and Mane making also goal scoring contributions, with Chambers, Walcott and Chamberlain goal scoring for Arsenal. Coutinho the standout player here, despite Cazorla also getting 2 assists. The assists for Liverpool, Nathaniel Klein, Adam Lallana and William. With Mignolet keeping them in with a penalty save. Good job. Still conceded 3 goals of course, but kept them in the game with a save on the line from the spot. A few yellow cards in this game as well, 3 apiece with Coquelin, Iwobi and Chaka. Chaka? Is that how you say it? Chaka? I'm sure you tell me. With Lovren, Moreno and Lallana getting getting warnings for Liverpool. Pro tip, Moreno's in your team, don't have him in your team. We all know how much he sucked last week. So he probably won't be worth it this week. Coutinho, obviously the standout player here, and for me the standout player for the game week. Awesome free kick, and his second goal with a well-timed run to the box, straight onto his boot and puts it in the back of the net. Might be a player I might be looking for in my team, considering Mkhitaryan, I don't even think he played. Well, I think he came on late, but you know. The last tie of the round, Chelsea and West Ham. Costa and Hazard. Hazard scoring a penalty and Costa a similar goal to Ibrahimovic, but Ibrahimovic did it better. Outside the box, saw the corner and wanted to put it in and just simply put it in there. Collins getting on the score sheet for West Ham. Assist was Azpilicueta and I don't know how to say this name. Batshuayi. New signing for Chelsea. And Valencia getting the assist for West Ham. Chelsea getting a few yellow cards in this game with Azpilicueta, Matic, Pedro and Kante and Costa all getting yellow cards, with only the 2 for West Ham, Collins and Antonio. I believe this Chelsea were really lucky to get away with a win in this tie. I think West Ham will feel a little bit robbed. Still warning signs for me at Chelsea. We'll see how they go. I'm glad Hazard got off to a goal scoring start. It should give him a bit of confidence for the rest of the league. But still big question marks over Chelsea at the moment. Alright, let's see how my team fared. Here's a hint. Not very well. Not very well. Alright, so we've got De Gea with 2 points. We got 2 points. Probably should have had Gomez. He got 4, so it could have been 8 and might be halved on the bench. To be honest, I'm not really sure. If you know, put it in the comments below and let me know. Bellerin didn't even play, so 0 points. Thanks, Wenger. Eric Bailey played really well apparently, still only the 2 points. Fernandez getting me 5. Let's see the scoring breakdown. Points to minutes played, he played the full game. Goals conceded, yeah. Yeah, okay. Fernandez with the 5 points there, playing the 90 minutes with the win, of course, against Burnley. Got the clean sheet, so an extra point for him. Got a yellow card. Why did he get a point for the yellow card for that? I do not know. Fuchs didn't get me any. Mkhitaryan made him my captain, and I don't think he had much of an impact on the game because he wasn't really played. Eric Dyer and Willian also with minimal impact in their respective games. Lukaku still out with an injury, so also minimal impact. Ikalo only with the 2 points. Negredo coming up front, scoring a goal for Middlesbrough, getting me 9 points, which is the most anyone got me this game week. Gomez on the bench, like I said, so half points for him. Let me just double check that. Or just, maybe not, I don't even know. With Fontaine, Milner and Özil, all of which not playing, so not getting me any points on the bench either. So let's look to the week ahead and see who's playing who, and therefore what players could be the most useful in the team. So we've got Man United and Southampton, with Manchester making their, and Mourinho rather, making his Old Trafford competitive debut, which would be great. Against Southampton. Should be a good game. Obviously tipping Man United for that win. Off to a great start, and hopefully that continues. Stoke and Man City. Man City is away, Stoke is home. Should be an interesting test for Guardiola. Guardiola doesn't come up against a lot of teams like Stoke in his previous leagues, being La Liga and the Bundesliga. So it'll be interesting to see how he fares at the Britannia with a very physical Stoke side. It should be a really interesting game. I'm looking forward to that. Burnley and Liverpool. Sorry Burnley, you're probably going to lose again. Liverpool scoring 4 goals, still leaky at the back, conceding 3, so Burnley could get on the score sheet, so a Burnley forward might be what you want for this week. Liverpool, however, will come out with the win. Fairly confident of that. Next we have Spurs, Crystal Palace. Spurs, but we'll see how we go. They come up against a good Everton side last week, with Crystal Palace currently struggling, and may I say, as an Australian, I've just heard that Mile Jedinak has left Crystal Palace and gone to the Championship side Aston Villa. A bit sad about that, I'm not sure why they did it, but see how that happens. Windy outside. Next time we have Swansea and Hull. Hull getting off to obviously a really good start against Leicester. Not many people would have tipped Hull for that win. Despite that, Swansea should come out on top, being at home, having a decent squad, and Hull still being the new boys. They'll be high on confidence because of their good start. Could go either way, could be a draw. I'm tipping either maybe a 2-1 or a 1-0 win to Swansea. Watford and Chelsea. Watford at home, Chelsea away. Chelsea should win. The thing I'm tipping for is Costa to get a yellow card. But yeah, Chelsea should come away with a win there. It's a good time to try and get a confidence boost through a win here. And they should do that without too much trouble, I assume. West Brom and Everton. I'm tipping Everton for this win. West Brom obviously did rather well with a 1-0 win. Everton unlucky with the 1-1 draw. I want Everton to win. I mean, of course, I've got Lukaku on my team. Hopefully he plays. Apparently he's a 75% chance of playing. If he does play, I can't help but back Everton in this tie, despite being away. Next we have Leicester and Arsenal. which will be a very interesting tie for Jamie Vardy, having just turned down Arsenal in this last transfer period and now facing them in week 2 of the season. Arsenal, despite conceding 4, did score 3. I can't see Leicester putting too many past, in saying that, a very leaky Arsenal defence. Tip Arsenal for the win with I'll say a 3-1 win. We've got Sunderland and Middlesbrough, which should be an interesting tie. Backing Middlesbrough, even though they're away. Sunderland is a tough place to travel to. David Moyes, they should win, but I'm going to back Middlesbrough anyway. I'm going to go with my heart over my head on this one, and I want Middlesbrough to come out with a win. I'm going to say 1-0 to Middlesbrough there. West Ham and Bournemouth at West Ham. It's going to be West Ham, isn't it? In it. So there you have that. Alright, let's have a look at my team. I am probably going to get rid of Mkhitaryan for now, because he ain't done me very good. So actually, let's go to transfers. Okay. Let's drop Mkhitaryan for now, which I feel bad doing because of this shirt. What would be interesting is if we put Pogba in, because he'll more than likely be playing in this game. Alright, let's go. Midfielders. Here we go. We've got Coutinho, did obviously a great performance last week. Deserves to be in my squad because he played out of his skin. 2 Liverpool players topping the midfield charts at the moment. Scoring 4 goals will do that. With Martial following up right there behind them. Coutinho being the good choice at the moment with 8.1. I've got 9.9 to spend. You know, I'm going to drop Milner as well. I'll drop Milner, I'll drop Mkhitaryan, I'll bring in Coutinho for 8.1, which gives me 8.3 left, which is handy. For interest's sake alone, I'm going to see how much Pogba costs. Oh. 8.5. Oh, so close. Get him in. 8.5 is not too bad. Not too bad. You know what? Let's drop Özil. Özil. How many changes can I make? Oh, right. Well, let's back out of that again. You can make 1 free transfer or cost you points. Right. Didn't know that. Do I want to do that? Do I want to do that? You know what? You know what, I'm doing it. Tough call, but I'm doing it. Goodbye Coutinho. I'll drop Milner. Keep Mkhitaryan in. No, I can't do that. I've got to drop Mkhitaryan. Gotta keep Milner. And I'll bring in Pogba. As I'm sure everybody wearing this shirt would do. Should be interesting. 8.5 is actually quite affordable. I want to bring Coutinho in eventually, but I don't have the points to do so. It's a very interesting way to play. I'm 19th out of 20 in my league at the moment. I'll show you that in a minute. But alright, I'm happy with this team. and I will make transfers. Confirm. Yeah, I feel sorry for Mkhitaryan because he's calm and now Paul Pogba's calm. Mkhitaryan is going to be a great creative midfielder. Yeah, Pogba's taken number one. Why? Obviously Pogba is Pogba. He's going to deserve it, but Mkhitaryan deserves it too. But you know, I haven't put my money where my mouth is, and I've gone ahead and bought Pogba. Alright, my captain for this week. You know what? More Pogba. Yeah, that'll do. And I'll keep Bread against Sunderland. Lukaku is no, probably not going to play. Oh, it automatically changes. Oh, that's good. Yeah, okay, that'll do. I'm happy with that. Hopefully Ozil plays this week, for my sake, and for Arsenal's sake. Right, so that is week 1 done and dusted of the Premier League. How's your fantasy Premier League team going? Let me know in the comments below. Any changes you've made, any drops, any ins, let me know. If you've liked this video, please hit that like button. It does me a world of good. If you want to see more of these videos, please subscribe for more Fantasy Premier League and gaming videos. I'm very much looking forward to PES 2017 coming up. Hopefully there'll be some videos on that shortly. The demo should release soon. It's not announced, I don't think. I should do my research and check that. But that should be soon. Thank you for watching. Monster Breath is out.